It was good, BT gang, and we back with another banger, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again on BT, and welcome to BT Sense. And before we get to this humongous video, man, shout out to my friends over at clonedecanter.ca. They own a clone decanter company based out of Canada, sort of similar to fragrancebuy.ca. They have decants for as low as $2 to $3, y'all. $2 to $3 can get you a decant of a fragrance from Lattafa, Maison Alhambra, Fragrance World, any Paris Corner, any of those guys. You can check them out. And if you use my code BTSense10 at checkout, you will get 10% off. That's BTSense10 for 10% off. Now, y'all, it is now December and 2025 is among us. So y'all had to know this video was coming. Throughout this whole year, I've worn a whole bunch of fragrances. I've done a whole bunch of tests. I've gotten a bunch of reactions. And basically today is going to be the culmination of all of that. We're going to see what my most complimented fragrances were personally in my collection. This is going to be, listen, all of these aren't my favorite fragrances. Some of these are. These are just what the people that I come across like the most. So if you're looking for compliments, this is probably going to be the video for you. So we got 10 right here. Actually, we have 11. We have an honorable mention that I couldn't leave out. And I'm going to go ahead and start with that. So as you can see, this decant is getting very low. But number 11 is Bond number 9, Lafayette Street. Now, like I said, these aren't like typically my favorite fragrances, so I'm gonna have to throw in something that I like. I'm gonna have to give y'all a little bit of taste of BT Sense. Now this right here, this is one of my favorites. It does get a lot of compliments, but it doesn't quite reach the top 10 level. But this is one of my favorites. This is like vanilla bean, tonka, spices, bergamot. You just get a lot of sweetness. You get a lot of Middle Eastern spice with this. It just smells rich to me. It smells like money. And this is one of those niche fragrances, in my opinion, that I feel like you can either wear a white t-shirt or you can dress all the way up to a tuxedo. That's why I love it. A lot of niche scents aren't versatile, but this is definitely versatile. And this is probably my favorite scent in my whole collection, if I'm being honest with y'all, like completely. It just smells like money, man. Whenever I'm feeling my best, whenever I'm dressed my best, this is something I'm gonna reach for. Cause this is me, and this is me in a fragrance. I feel like this is for me. Like a lot of people might not think it's that great, but like I said, this is my choice. So yeah, honorable mention. Bond number 9, Lafayette Street. I don't want to take too much time with an honorable mention. So let's go ahead and hop into the actual list, man. So at number 10, we got Armaf Club de Nuit, Milestone. Armaf Club de Nuit, Milestone. This is an inspiration of Creed, Millesime, Imperial. With this one, you get, in my opinion, you get a lot of sandalwood, you get a lot of melon, you get some salty aquatics. And it's just magical. It's magical, man. Like when I first got this, I thought this was the best smelling thing in the world. And it still smells really, really good. It's just not quite the best smelling thing in the world. But when I first smelled it, I was just taken away. And then I got some wearings in and I'm like, man, this stuff smells really good. And I also, like a couple days after I got this, I went to Saks and I went to go smell the OG. And I'm like, man, this actually smells really, really similar to the OG. And when I wore this to work a couple times, my coworkers went crazy over this one. Like, this is one of those fragrances that my coworkers was like, yo, look, you're not leaving until you put this one on my phone. I need this one. And they were dudes too, so this is not people think this is feminine. This is not 100% feminine in my opinion. This is definitely unisex. Guys like the way this stuff smells. Females love the way this stuff smells. It's just aquatic. It's salty. It's fresh. This is a yacht club fragrance. Like, if I'm going on a yacht, I'm putting this one on because it's just so salty and aquatic. And so vibrant and fresh with that melon note. I just love this stuff, man. The sandalwood, in my opinion, is done perfectly. I think this is pretty much better than the OG. The OG is obviously going to be using natural ingredients. But the way this stuff lasts, you get 7 to 8 hours with a fresh, airy, light fragrance like this. Like, I don't know if you can get much better than that. But yeah, man. Number 10, Millesime Imperial, man. I really, really dig this stuff. All right, number 9, man. We got one of my favorites. This is one of my, this got me a lot of reactions. And if you know this channel, you know this fragrance. This is Lattafa's shuyukh Silver at number 9. Y'all probably going crazy. Y'all like, BT, you got Lattafa shuyukh Silver all the way at number 9? And yes, I do, because the numbers don't lie. This stuff gets a lot of love. It gets a lot of love. This is a 1 million lucky inspiration, but take out the almond, throw in a burst of pineapple, and you get this. This is fantastic, man. This is actually my scent of the day. I'm not going to lie. This is my scent of the day. I'm wearing this right now. And I love the way this smells. Like, I love the way this smells. Like, is my bottle getting low? I can't see the inside. But it's hard to, like, get this DNA wrong because, like I said, it's not the most natural smelling DNA. All of, like, Paco Rabanne's, they're not natural smelling. Most of the time they're sweet. They can be synthetic, but that doesn't mean they smell bad. This one is just it's simple, but it's just something about it that keeps me coming back to it, man. It's just it's not an extravagant fragrance, but it's just so interesting to me. I don't know why, and it does smell really really close to the One Million Lucky. But like I said, the pineapple is replacing the almond, but I do think that makes it more versatile because right now you can be fine either way. But I think when that summer comes around, you rather have that pineapple than that almond note because that almond note can become very sweet and very cloying. But the pineapple note, it just fits right in with the summertime as well. So this is, in my opinion, all year, all 4 seasons type of fragrance. And I definitely gave it a lot of wearing. This list is kind of biased, I guess, because the more you wear fragrances, the more compliments you will get. But yeah, I wore this to work too. And that same coworker was like, man, and it was around Valentine's Day. So he was like, man, put this in my phone so I could send this to my girl so she can get it for me for Valentine's Day. Like, that's what type of time he was on. But this smells really, really good. Like, a lot of people say they like it on me. Yeah. I even got into a car one time, and the person that was in there, they were like, man, you got something on? Like, you smell good. You got something on? And I was like, yeah. So that's another memory of it. I literally got off the airplane and left out the airport, and I sprayed my hoodie like 2 days ago, like 2 days prior to that, and I didn't even have anything on. And I got in the car, and the dude thought I had something on. So, yeah, that just shows, man. All right, so that's number 9. We got Lattafa Shuyukh Silver. At number 8, we got something that I don't talk about on this channel a lot, but when it comes to compliments, you don't get much better than this. This is Ysl Y EDP, man. Ysl Y EDP. I don't talk about it a ton. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is kind of a personal dislike, not a dislike, but I have a close friend that wears this as a signature scent. So like when I get that in my brain, it kind of makes me deteriorate, get away from it a little bit. Not because I don't like the smell, it's just like I don't want to wear something that my friends are always wearing constantly. I don't want to jock his smell or whatever. But this stuff is undeniable, man. You get some apple in this. It's like a green, sour, sweet green apple. You get that blue jealous feel. It has some spice in it, man. It's a blue fragrance at the end of the day. It's a fresh blue fragrance that you can wear any day of the year. It's just going to work, work, work. A lot of people do prefer the Ysl Y EDP Intense because they do take that green apple note out, I believe. But I like this one. It gives it a little bit more personality. It gives it some depth. I think the Ysl Y EDP Intense is just a stereotypical blue fragrance. This is a stereotypical blue fragrance, but it has a little bit extra of a dimension, and I really, really like. I told y'all the story all the time, but I wore this to the bar, and I was going down the stairs to the bathroom, and there was a lady behind me, and she was like, man, somebody smells amazing. And she got closer to my neck somehow, and she was like, oh, that's you, huh? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And I just kept it moving, and a lot of people love this stuff. It's just and it performs like a beast. I think that's pretty much why this one gets so much compliments, because it smells good and it performs greatly. Like, it performs really, really good. So yeah, Ysl Y EDP. This probably would be higher on the list because if my friend didn't wear it, but he wears it, so in result, I'm not gonna wear it as much. But when I do wear it, I definitely get some compliments, man. So yeah, Ysl Y EDP, number 8 on the list, man. Very, very, very good fragrance. All right, number 7 on the list, we got Prada Luna Rosa Black. Prada Luna Rosa Black. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. This fragrance right here, it probably has the weakest projection of all of these fragrances on this list. It's by far. Like, this probably has the weakest projection, but the longevity is still there. It has 8 hours, and the thing about this one is just the sillage. Now, and with the smell in this one, it does have like a baby powder, balsamic-like smell. It's like maybe like a benzoin and like a vanilla, not quite tonka, but it's just powdery vanilla sweetness, and that's the best way I can describe it. And the way that the sillage just transforms this fragrance, like I said, this thing does not project off of you, but if you're like talking, if you're engaging, if you're walking by someone, if the wind is like pushing backwards and somebody catching your trail, it's game over. Because this thing has been a showstopper, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. Because like I said, the performance is not really, rejection is not beastly. So how can something, like when I hear showstopper, I think Baccarat Rouge. I think anything Initio because they're strong. Man, Sarah has showstoppers. Stuff with strong projection, but this thing does not project, but it just becomes, like, it just takes over. Because it's mysterious, it's just alluring. when you catch this, you can't stay away from it. You're like, where is that coming from? It's like, I need that, you know? And it's just so good. Like I said, you get a powdery balsamic like smell out of this. It's definitely my favorite Prada by far. One of my favorite designers as well. But it just gets so many compliments, man. Like I tell you, I was walking a dog a couple weeks ago, or like a couple months ago, or whatever. And I was crossing the street, and the lady was like, "Man, you smell nice. You smell really good." And I was like, "Thank you so much." And I tell you all the time, I was going into work, and I walked past my coworker, and she was like, "Man, that's immaculate. Not immaculate. What am I talking about?" She said, "Man, that smells good. What's that?" And I just told her Prada Black. This stuff, man, is just it's so confusing to me. Like I know I'm sounding like a broken record because it just doesn't make sense that this thing gets so many compliments, but it's so low key and it really really does. Like trust me, you might get this, you might think it's not a huge projector, and nobody's gonna smell you. Trust me, man. It's like it just activates right when it needs to. It's like when you're moving around and when you're doing stuff, it just activates. And when you're sitting dormant, it may not as much. But this, I'm telling you, this try it out, man. Prada Luna Rosa Black. This is a fall, winter, early spring fragrance maybe. It definitely gets the job done. Love, love, love this stuff, man. That's number 7 on the list. All right, number 6 on the list. This thing actually dropped down a lot. And I think obviously that has something to do with how much I wore it. Because I didn't wear it that much this past year. But this right here is a crowd favorite, you can say, or a crowd hater. This is Dior Sauvage EDP, y'all. Dior Sauvage EDP. You can see my dent in it, you know, pretty good dent. Now, y'all know what this is. I don't got to describe any notes. Like the EDP, I think they added some vanilla in it. You still got the bergamot, the woods. It smells fantastic. I don't care what you say about Dior Sauvage. You can say it's outplayed. You can say it's overplayed. You can say everybody has it. But one thing you can't say is it smells bad. I'm not. Smell is subjective. You can say it smells bad, but it's a great fragrance. You can't deny it. Like subjectively, you can't argue with Dior Sauvage. It's the top selling fragrance of all time. Like Aqua de Jo is under it, Creed Aventus is under it. All of that stuff is not touching Dior Sauvage, man. It's the reason why everybody buys this stuff. Like it smells like a mall. That's literally, this is one of my first fragrances. You can probably assume that with everybody, but it just, man. And one thing I will say, it is kind of linear. You know, it doesn't change that much, but I'm telling you, man, like I'm going to a Sixers game tonight and I'm thinking about throwing this on. And I know people smell it all the time, but I just want to throw it on because it's just so good. It's just so good, man. Like that's just what it is. That's what it is. But I love, 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 love this stuff. It's fantastic. It smells phenomenal. It has great performance. You might go nose blind to it because it has a little bit of ambroxan in it. So that makes people go nose blind and causes olfactory fatigue. But nonetheless, you can't deny the greatness of Dior Sauvage. This will definitely get you great reactions. I wore this to work. Like like this one girl was at my job. She was like, my coworker. She was like, "Oh, you smell really good today, BT." She called me Marco. My name Marco. And I was like, "Thank you." And then another girl was like, "Oh yeah, you do smell good." And another one was like, "You smell great." And I was like, it was like 3. You know, it was like a domino effect. And I'm like, "Dang, Dior Sauvage." And I was really surprised. And like this is when the frag was kind of getting to me. I was kind of ashamed to wear this fragrance for a little while, you know? And then one day I was like, you know what? I like the way this stuff smells. And that one day I actually decided to wear it. That's when I got that domino effect and all of them started complimenting me. So don't worry about what anybody has to say, man. If you like it, rock it. Do what you do. Live your life, man. But at number 6, we got Dior Sauvage EDP. All right, y'all. We in the top 5 right now, man. I'm pretty sure y'all know. Y'all have a good idea what's going to be in here. You know, we're going to see. All right, y'all. So at number 5, we got Amber Oud Exclsif Bleu. Y'all are like, VT has Amber Oud Exclsif Bleu at number 5. Hey, I don't make the choices here. The people make the choices for this one. So this is Parfums de Marly Leighton inspiration. Parfums de Marly Leighton inspiration. This is like an apple pie. It's Leighton. It's Leighton. You got that methanol smell. People call it vapor, like a vapor Vic smell, something like that. You got an apple note at the top in this. You get some vanilla. It just gives you that apple pie feel. A lot of people like this one, in my opinion, because this is not. I know in frat com, everybody thinks this is so common and everybody has it, but that's not the case at all whatsoever, man. If you go to the street and you just say if you say Parfums de Marley to a stranger on the street, they'll probably look at you like you had three heads. Like if you say Dior, if you say Prada, if you say YSL, they're gonna be like, okay. But a lot of people don't know about these niche fragrances, man. But this thing, it just really catches people off guard because they're just like, man, what is that? Like not every time, but like a lot of the time, they're like, what is that? Like, I need that. And even like ladies coming up to me in grocery stores asking me like, what do you have on? Like, what is that? Like, it smells amazing. What is that? And I tell them, and they look at me like I have three heads. But nonetheless, that does not take away from the fact that this fragrance is an icebreaker. It's a conversation starter. It's just a booster. Like, it is just so good. The quality is fantastic on every Oud exclusive Bleu. I do prefer this over Leighton. I think this is a stronger performing fragrance than Leighton. It smells deeper. It smells richer. But obviously it doesn't have the Parfums de Marley bottle. And a lot of people love that bottle for obvious reasons because it is beautiful. All their bottles are beautiful. But for me, the juice is what matters most. And I think this juice is better than Leighton's juice. Now, I know there's the Dusk out there. The Woods collection, the Dusk. I know a lot of people rave about that. Shout out to my man Siaj Saint. I see he got that one in his repertoire. But for me, I always tell y'all, man, if my wife is pretty to me and beautiful to me, it's no reason to chase something that's, anything else outside of that. I got what I need with that. So this is my wife. I got what I need. I'm more than happy. I don't need anything else. Let me be happy. But yeah, this is number 5 on the list. Amber Oud exclusive Bleu. It gets so much love whenever I wear it out in public. Definitely should tap into that. Or any form of the latent DNA should get you a lot of compliments. All right, at number 4. Man, look at this decant. Look at this decant. I got to go hit up Decant X because look at that. Or I just need to get a full bottle. Y'all can read this label, man. This is Initio Side Effect. Now with this one, every time I smell this, I got to be careful because this thing is dangerous. Talking dangerous, man. It has a jazz club feel to it. I'm not going to lie. It does remind me of jazz club a little bit. But at the end of the day, it has like this cherry, like cognac and like feel to it. It's very like alcohol-y in a way. I think it's vanilla in this as well. It's just seductive, man. It's just like, it has one night stand vibes. I'm not going to lie. Like it's unisex too. But this is just like when people smell this on me, something makes them go crazy. They just go crazy. I can't explain it. I don't know what it is. I think it's a great smell, but the way people act, they act like it's the best thing in the earth. Like obviously it could be to them because they don't have as many fragrances as all of us weirdos. But I don't think this is the best smelling thing personally. It does smell great though. But the thing that pushes over the top is just the reactions it gets. It's not just oh, you smell good. It's like, I'm not gonna go in depth, but y'all get what I'm saying here. This is it just makes people act crazy. All right, let's just put it that way. This fragrance makes people go crazy, and full bottle definitely considering it. Obviously for obvious reasons, I have to consider it. This thing has done great for me. I know y'all don't like decant reviewers or whatever, but I don't even give a crap. This stuff is amazing. Definitely try out Initio Side Effect, man. One of my favorites, probably the best from Initio in my opinion. It just puts people in a trance, and when you like hug them, like they're gonna smell that scent for the whole night. Like they're gonna text you the next day. Oh, I still smell you on me. Like it's just one of those that can leave a lasting impression, and you just won't forget smelling this fragrance. So yeah, at number 4 we got Initio Side Effect. All right, at number 3. On the list, we got Ahmed maghribi Kaaf. Now, this is an inspiration of Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, or Parfums de Marley Percival, or is it Mont Blanc Legend Spirit too? That one too. All of those smell really, really good. They're all so mass appealing. I always say, as far as Percival goes, I think that's the most mass appealing Parfums de Marley on the market. I think if you take somebody to the Parfums de Marley section, they're going to pick that one up first, and they're going to smell it, and they're going to love that one the most. Then I would probably say Leighton. But that one is just so mass appealing, everybody can like it. It's very reminiscent of the Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. I know everybody in the early 2000s loved the Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, the Ed Hardy, That was just the vibe back then. But this is that, but so much stronger. It's so strong, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's so dense. It's so heavy. Not heavy, it's still fresh. It's still a summer fragrance, but it's so strong, bro. It's so strong, but it's so good at the same time. It gets me so many compliments. I always tell y'all the story when I wore this and I walked through work, and when I tell you the whole workplace stopped, the whole workplace just stopped, man. Everybody stopped and said, "Whoa!" Like they were like, "Whoa!" Guys, girls, everybody. I walked in, and they were like, "What is that smell? It smells so good." Like they lost it. They lost their mind. And I gatekept it. I made that decision to gatekeep this. I pulled a couple of my male coworkers to the side, let them cop it, and gave them the link and all that. But man, this stuff, bro, is just, it's immaculate. It's just immaculate. It smells fantastic. I have no words. Like if you don't have this yet, what are you doing? This is probably one of my best cops of the year, in my opinion. This and Lattafa Exclsif, All Rai for Fragrance World, that's really good. But this single handedly, like, this is my nuke fragrance, because this single handedly, like, just, it took, like, this is a showstopper. It took over everything when I walked into work that day. Like, nothing else mattered. I could have been an hour late and I probably could have got away with it because of this fragrance. Like, this stuff had everybody, like, stopped. Like, what? Like, everybody was busy when I came in, but nobody was busy when I was getting myself together and trying to settle in. So yeah, this is Ahmed maghribi kaaf. Very blue, very mass appealing, very versatile. This is what you get with this one, man. Love this fragrance. All right, y'all. At number 2, we have Club de Nuit Intense Man, y'all. Y'all know about this. This is a Creed Aventus inspiration. My bottle is really going through it right now, but all that matters inside is that the juice is good and the juice is immaculate. If I'm not mistaken, last year, I think this was number 1 on the list. I believe. I do think this was number 1. It's still top 2, not number 1, but it's still very good for what it is. It's a Creed Aventus. It's strong. It's masculine. It's smoky. It's birchy. You still got that fresh pineapple. A lot of people don't like Club de Nuit because of that intense lemon opening or whatever. I don't really get that anymore. And if I do get it, in my opinion, it kind of adds a little bit of charm to it, in a weird way. It's like a dog that's really bad and it's going to be bad, but you still love him anyway. It's just kind of charming, But this is really nice. I love Club de Nuit Intense Man. It is so good. It's powerful. It packs a punch. It just, every time I wear this one, people are always looking and trying to figure out what I got on. Aventus is the king of fragrances. How many times I have to tell y'all this? My man Goldie always says that, and it's so true. You can just sit back and watch the Aventus effect go to work, because it is just that good, man. And now that I think about it, I'm definitely gonna wear this to the game tonight. I know I'm gonna change my mind in the shower, but this is fantastic stuff, man. Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. All right, y'all. Number 1 on the list. This is a pickup of this year as well. This is a new pickup. A lot of people are going to kill me. You probably should know what this is. I've been dropping hints on my community page. I made a couple of videos about this one. Bam. Dua Casino Elixir. Is that what it is? Yeah. Casino Elixir. I know it's a Dua fragrance. Everybody hates Dua. But when I tell y'all, I cannot walk out the house without getting a compliment on this fragrance. Every freaking time I've worn this, I've got, and I know that's thrown around so loosely these days. I know everybody says it, but I mean this literally. If you're going somewhere and you have to bet on yourself getting a compliment, you got, god dang, I know somebody my guy gonna comment down below. Get you some butter. Listen, man, I'm on the move. All right, I'm trying to get this vid out, but Dua Casino Elixir, it can do no wrong. Like, it has, I would say, it's, first of all, it's a Baccarat Rouge Creed Aventus hybrid. I think it's 60% Aventus, 40% Baccarat, the straight. But it just has that sweetness from the Baccarat. You get that freshness from the Creed and the birchiness, the smokiness. And it just makes this beautiful scent. Like, it just smells so good, man. Every time I hop in Ubers, every time I go out to bars, club, hang around friends, parties, like it's just man, like it's just the man. It's the man. Like to a point where if I'm going out every weekend and I'm young and I'm looking for attention, if I'm talking, if I'm social, like this is probably the fragrance. This is probably the only fragrance you need. Like I'm gonna be real. Like if you really want to go crazy, you can probably get side effect for the winter time. But like any other time, like this is all you need, bro. You can wear this year round. It's strong. It performs. It's a beast. It just the sillage hangs. Everybody always tells me when I wear this, like you can just follow my trail no matter where I'm at, like in a club, in a party, in a bar. Like you can just follow my trail in this and just you can find me. Like people love this fragrance. It gets me looks, it gets me compliments, it gets me conversations, just and everything you can think of when it comes to compliments and a fragrance. It just does it. And I always tell y'all, you have to look the part to be complimented. You have to look clean. You have to have a haircut. You have to, decent clothes. Just look clean. With this one, I don't know. You might get throw on a shirt with 10 holes in it and stains and all. You might can still get a compliment with this one. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely one of those. So definitely tap into this, man. I'm not sponsored by Dua, not affiliated with them whatsoever. Just giving y'all my real results, and I've been talking about this fragrance for so long as well. So definitely tap in and Dua Casino Elixir. I know this video is probably 26 minutes. That's kind of longer than what I typically do. But I just had a lot of good information, man. This is a year in the making type video. So I wanted to get out as much information as possible to you guys. And I just wanted to say thank you for all the support this year. Hitting 3,000 subs has been amazing, man. I love y'all so much. Y'all let me know y'all top 10 complimented fragrances down below. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Peace.